Let me ask you something honest. How much time do you waste every single day thinking about people, thinking about what they said to you, analyzing their words, trying to figure out what they really meant, wondering if they are upset with you, questioning why they did not reply to your message, worrying about whether they like you or not, stressing about their opinion of you, replaying conversations in your head, and wishing you had said something different? Be honest with yourself right now. How much of your mental energy goes into overthinking about people? For most of us, the answer is way too much. We spend hours, days, sometimes even weeks stuck in our heads thinking about people who are probably not even thinking about us. We create entire stories in our minds about what someone might be thinking or feeling, and then we react to those imaginary stories as if they are real. We lose sleep over situations that we made up in our own heads. We feel anxious about conversations that have not even happened yet. We torture ourselves with possibilities and what-ifs until we are completely exhausted. Here is the truth that nobody wants to admit. Most of the things you are overthinking about are not even real. They are just thoughts. They are stories your mind created based on fear, insecurity, past experiences, or anxiety. You are not dealing with reality. You are dealing with your interpretation of reality. And there is a huge difference between the two. That person who did not text you back might just be busy, but your mind tells you they are upset with you. That friend who seemed distant might just be going through something personal, but your mind convinces you that they do not like you anymore. That comment someone made might have been completely innocent, but your mind twists it into something hurtful. And the worst part, while you are busy overthinking about people, you are losing yourself. You are giving away your peace. You are handing over control of your emotions to people who might not even deserve that power over you. You are allowing your mental health to suffer because you cannot stop analyzing and worrying about others. You are putting people on a pedestal that only God deserves to be on. And that is exactly where the problem starts. When you spend all your time thinking about people, worrying about people, trying to please people, and seeking their approval, you forget who is really in control of your life. You forget that people are just people. They are imperfect, limited, and temporary. They do not hold your future in their hands. They do not decide your worth. They do not determine your success or failure. Only Allah does. Only God has that power. But when you overthink about people, you accidentally give them a position in your life that they were never meant to have. Let me tell you something powerful. People will let you down. Not because they are necessarily bad people, but because they are human. They have their own problems, their own struggles, their own limitations. They cannot read your mind. They cannot always be there for you. They cannot always understand you. They cannot give you the constant validation and reassurance that you are seeking. And if you keep expecting them to fill a space in your heart that only God can fill, you will always end up disappointed, hurt, and overthinking even more. This is why protecting your heart is so important. And protecting your heart does not mean building walls and never letting anyone in. It means being smart about where you place your trust. It means understanding that humans, no matter how good they are, will sometimes fail you. But God never will. People might forget about you, but God never does. People might betray you, but God never will. People might leave you, but God is always there. When you truly understand this, when you truly internalize this truth, overthinking starts to lose its power over you. Think about how much energy you put into worrying about what people think. Now imagine taking all of that energy and redirecting it toward your relationship with Allah. Imagine spending that time in prayer instead of in anxiety. Imagine using those moments to remember God instead of replaying conversations. Imagine filling your mind with gratitude and faith instead of worry and fear. Your entire life would change. Your mental state would transform. Your heart would find the peace it has been searching for. Here is what you need to start doing right now. First, catch yourself when you start overthinking. The moment you notice your mind going in circles about someone or something, stop, take a breath, recognize what is happening, you are overthinking again. You are giving someone else control over your peace again. And then make a conscious choice to redirect your thoughts. This takes practice, but it gets easier over time. Second, ask yourself honest questions. Is this thought based on facts or assumptions? Am I creating a story in my head? Do I have actual evidence for what I am thinking? Or am I just guessing? Most of the time, you will realize that you are overthinking based on assumptions, not reality. And once you recognize that, it becomes easier to let go of those thoughts. Third, stop trying to control what you cannot control. You cannot control what people think about you. You cannot control how they feel. You cannot control their actions or their words. The only thing you can control is yourself, your reactions, your thoughts, your faith, your effort. Focus on what is in your control and surrender everything else to God. This is what trust really means. It means doing your part and then leaving the results to Allah. Fourth, set boundaries with your own mind. Just because a thought enters your head does not mean you have to entertain it. You do not have to follow every thought down a rabbit hole of anxiety. You can acknowledge the thought and then choose to let it go. You can say to yourself, this is just overthinking. I am not going to give this any more attention. And then you move on. You distract yourself with something productive. You pray, you read, you go for a walk. You do something that breaks the cycle of overthinking. Fifth, and this is crucial,